Hi there, everybody. My name is EJ, and I would like to thank you for choosing MET as your companion in your journey and route to you securing your license as professional teachers. Welcome to our ever-growing MET family. Now, in this video, we will try to discuss items number 26 to 50 of your independent practice found in your books. Are you now ready? Let us begin. Let's now have question number 1. Getting enough sleep, eating healthy food, and exercising daily help us in keeping ourselves in the pink of health. The underlined idiom means blank. And here are your options. A. Healthy. B. Sturdy. C. Sickly. Or D. Adaptable. Now, my dear friends, I think this question is very easy, primarily because all of the clues that you need are actually in the question itself. And what are these? Number 1, getting enough sleep. Number 2, eating healthy food. And number 3, exercising daily. Because all of those 3 things would constitute to proper and good health. Therefore, in the pink of health means healthy. Let's have question number 2. The TV show was canceled because of accusations of profanity. The underlined word means blank. Is it A, obscenity, B, biasness, C, falsehood, or D, inaccuracies? My dear friends, profane means socially inappropriate because of its vulgar nature. And among the choices, the closest is letter A, obscenity. Let us now have question number 3, and let me read it to you. The aristocratic leader was ousted from his position because the people discovered his frivolous way of leadership. Frivolous means blank. And here are your options. A, not serious, B, corrupt, D, wasteful, and D, inconsiderate. Well, my dear friends, I think this is a bit of a challenge because there are 2 possible answers. Either corrupt, because pertaining to a leader, or not serious. But my dear friends, frivolous means not serious. That's why the answer is letter A. Let's now have question number 4. Which of the sounds below is a voiced labiodental fricative? Now, my dear friends, to answer this, we must know what we're looking for. Number 1, we are looking for a voiced sound. It means while pronouncing it, our vocal cords must vibrate. Number 2, labiodental. It means our upper teeth and our lower lip are touching each other. And number 3, fricative. It means in pronouncing this sound, we must produce friction. So let's look at the options. Letter A, we have F. Letter B, we have V. Letter C, we have B. B. And letter D, we have S. S. So which among these sounds do you think is the best answer? You're right. My dear friends, the answer is letter B. Number 5. The sounds below are voiced sounds except blank. Is it A, Z, B, V, C, D, or D, K? Now, my dear friends, as I was able to explain in the previous number, when we say voiced sounds, our vocal cords must vibrate. So, my friends, what do you think is the answer in this particular question? Well, you're right. The answer is letter D, K. Now, let's have question number 6. Among the given words below, which one has the Z sound? Let's do it. Is it A, shore, B, bush, C, vision, or D, lush? My dear friends, the answer is very obvious. The answer is letter C, vision. Question number 7. These sounds are produced when we hold back the air for a moment and then we abruptly release it. Is it A, fricatives, B, plosives, C, affricates, or D, nasals? Now, my dear friends, if you were able to read the English part of the book, you must know the answer to this question. And what is the answer? You are right. The answer is B, plosives. Let us now have question number 8. Which is the correct description of the sound P or P? Is it A, voiced bilabial plosive, B, voiceless bilabial plosive, C, voiceless labiodental plosive, or D, voiced labiodental plosive? Now, one thing is for certain, indeed, the sound P is a plosive. But is it labioddental or bilabial? When we say bilabial, it means our upper and lower lips are touching each other. When we say labiodental, our teeth and our lip are touching each other. You're right. P is bilabial. The next question is P voiced or voiceless? Let's try it. P, p, p. It is voiceless. Therefore, the answer is voiceless bilabial plosive. Letter B. For you to answer the next questions, you need to read the passage given. Let me read the passage for you. Here it is. My concept of inner peace came from my mother's daily activities, which I now recall with fondness and awe. She was a full-time housewife, wholly dependent on my father's monthly salary. How she made both ends meet, guided us in our studies, and did small acts of charity on the side was beyond me. Now here are the questions. Based on the given paragraph, the mother's finances were blank. Is it A, overflowing, B, limited, C, lacking, or D, depleting? Well, my friends, it is not depleting and it is not lacking because the mother was able to make both ends meet. But on the other hand, my dear friends, the budget or the finances is not also overflowing. My dear friends, in this question, the answer is limited. Next question. What is meant by the underlined words in the paragraph pertaining to the idiom make both ends meet? Now, here are the options. A. To bend a stick from end to end. B. To connect one end to another. C. To make use of resources wisely so that it will be enough. Or D. To cut down on the necessities of life just to follow a strict budget. My dear friends, I think in this question, the answer is very obvious, and that is letter C, to make use of resources wisely so that it will be enough, to make both ends meet. Next question. The underlined group of words in the given paragraph is an example of blank. Is it A, idiom, B, personification, C, metonymy, or D, symbolism? My dear friends, to make both ends meet is indeed an example of an idiom. So the answer is letter A. Next question. The mother in the given paragraph is an example of a person who has a skill in blank. Is it A, being charitable, B, home management, C, money management, or D, self-sacrifice? Now, my dear friends, I think this question is a bit complicated because all of the options are possible answers. But we have to think of one option that would embrace everything or that would connect everything together. And my friends, in this case, the one who would connect everything together would have to be home management. So the answer is letter B. Next question. Fish and fries blank my favorite afternoon snack. Is it A, is, B, are, C, was, or D, were? Now, my friends, I think the top two options would have to be A, is, and B, are. But what do you think is the correct answer? Now, my dear friends, it's letter A, is. Primarily because fish and fries, they are not considered as compound subjects. Instead, they are considered as combination meal. Therefore, they are taken as one. Just like bread and butter, right? So the answer here is letter A, is. Next question. The man standing in the corner looks blank. Is it A, strangely, B, more strange, C, strange, or D, more strangely? Now, my dear friends, if you were able to read the book and if you were able to watch the videos in our Met mobile app, you must know the answer to this question. And what is the answer? You are right. Letter C, strange. Read the poem carefully. Let us now try to answer some questions about the poem that we have just read. Let's start. Who wrote the poem given above? Is it A. William Shakespeare, B. Edgar Allan Poe, C. Robert Frost, or D. Emily Dickinson? Now, my dear friends, we must remember that if a poem is asking us to decide to choose between two things, it must have been Robert Frost. And my friends, this poem was indeed written by Robert Frost. Next question. What is the title of the poem above? Is it A. The Lovely Woods, B. Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening, C. A Snowy Evening and a Traveler in the Woods, or D. Miles to Go Before I Sleep? Now, my dear friends, the answer is Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening. Next question. Which figure of speech is dominant in the second stanza? Is it A. Oxymoron, B. Onomatopoeia, C. Personification, or D. Hyperbole? Now, my dear friends, since in the second stanza, the horse is acting as if it is a human being, the answer is personification, or giving humanly attributes to objects and animals. Next question. Based on the lines of the poem, it can be said that the persona is blank. A traveler, B, a father, C, a horseman, or D, a poor man. Now, my dear friends, I think in this question, the answer is very obvious. It is letter A traveler. Please read the stanzas below. Let us now try to answer some questions about the text. Let's begin. These stanzas are taken from which Broadway musical written by Andrew Lloyd Webber? Is it A. Les Miserables, B. Phantom of the Opera, C. Miss Saigon, or D. Cats? My friends, the song Memory is actually a part of the Broadway musical Cats. Next question. What feeling is being expressed in stanza A? Is it A. Regret, B. Nostalgia, C. Envy, or D. Hope? Now, my dear friends, based on the text itself, the answer is nostalgia, because the character in the Broadway musical Cats who played the role of Grisabella was actually reminiscing about her past experiences, and nostalgia means a deep sense of sadness felt after remembering what happened in the past. So the answer is nostalgia. Next question. What is being expressed in stanza B? Is it A. Regret, B. Nostalgia, C. Envy, or D. Hope? Now, in stanza letter B, what we can feel is Grisabella's hope for redemption. Therefore, my dear friends, the answer here is letter D, hope. Next question. The senators are blank inside the session hall. They are already preparing for the deliberation. Is it A, all together, B, together all, C, all together, or D, all together? Now, my dear friends, if you were able to read our book and if you were able to watch the videos in our Met mobile app, I'm sure you know the answer to this question. And you are right. The answer is letter A, all together. Next question. The fire that broke out in our town last night was believed to have been caused by blank electrical wiring. Is it A, loose, B, loosen, C, loose, or D, losing? Now, my dear friends, the answer to this question is letter C, loose. And for you to know the reason behind this, please visit the Met YouTube channel, and I was able to explain in detail why loose is the answer. Next question. All of my relatives are now living blank the Philippines. Is it A, in, B, at, C, on, or D, inside? My dear friends, the answer is A, in. And we always use in for places that are general or huge or big. And Philippines is a country, and Philippines is a big place. Therefore, in, letter A. Next question. During rehearsals, the ballet dancer was so careful not to hurt blank. Is it A, herself, B, ourselves, D, themselves, or C, itself? Now, my friends, obviously, the answer is herself. Next question. The teacher suggests that he blank inside the school vicinity. Is it A, remain, B, remaining, C, remains, or D, can remain? Now, my friends, this question is a bit tricky because if you are not careful, instantly we would answer letter C, remains, because we would think that he, the pronoun he, would affect the verb. But my friends, remains is not the answer. The answer is letter A, remain, because this sentence is in the subjunctive mood. Once again, the answer is letter A, remain. So there you have it, my dear friends. I hope you enjoyed our session for today, and at the same time, I'm also hoping that you learned a lot. Good luck on the exams, and see you again next time. Bye, everyone.